Defining foundational coaching. But before I begin, take a deep breath. Client centered coaching was huge. It made you not only look at yourself as a coach and a leader, but it was purposed for you to take a deep look at who you are. And do you really have the healing needed to move forward as a coach? Can you really listen? Can you be triggered, remain balanced, and still show up for your client, right? That lesson was intentional about your individual development and your professional development. So let's move forward in client centered defining foundational coaching. Excuse me. Everything and everyone needs a solid foundation, from our Christianity to our household, whatever it may be. Can you say, with the vast array of coaching niches and coaches that are out there today and leaders that are out there today, can you stand firm and say that my foundation is Christ? And with that, that will let you know as well that everyone is not your client. You completing your readiness assessment for your client should ask them, do they have Christian beliefs? Do they read the Bible? Are they against prayer during a session? If they're answering no to these things, they are not your client. And you have to go into coaching and leading knowing that everyone is not your client. A house built upon sand will fail, but a house built upon a rock will grow, produce, and be built upon. There's a scripture in the Bible that says, upon this rock shall I build my house. Upon this rock shall I stand. Take a moment and Google that scripture. Every scripture that I give, I will not give you the actual verse. There's some work you're going to have to do. So I want you to go find that scripture if you don't already know it by heart. Setting the foundation. You have an understanding of coaching ethics and standards and the ability to apply them appropriately in all coaching sessions. You will be giving a copy, a downloadable copy of the Certified Coaches Alliance Coaching Ethics and Standard. It is your responsibility to become familiar with that document. Coaches also have the ability to understand what is required in the specific coaching interaction and come to an agreement with the prospective and the new client about the coaching process and relationship. So, number one, you are meeting ethical and professional standards. And I'm not going to read through all of this. This is for you to read and digest. If you have not done so, again, please take a moment and download and review your Coaches Alliance Ethics and Standards. You will see that download under examples of foundational coachings. It'll be a download for you to download, okay? If you do not see the download in this module under foundational coaching, please send me an email to elevatecoachingandleadership@gmail.com. You need to be able to clearly communicate, refer clients to other mental health professionals as needed. This should be included in their signed agreement, that they understand this, that referrals will be made. What is also needed in that signed agreement is HIPAA compliance, that you cannot share their information with anyone. Cannot, without their permission. And just a signed form is not enough. Pick up the phone, call that client, and get their verbal permission as well. Also, on your coach client agreement, you need a blank line that says, please write the name of a person in case of an emergency that I can talk to. You need to have someone's name down that you can call in case of an emergency, and you can tell them about what's going on with your client. Again, the coach client agreement, we've already reviewed that. Here is another review for you. Here's some discussion for you. What type of foundation will you have? What are your strengths? What service will you offer? And what is the driving force behind it? Create a pitch around your coaching brand and what you will deliver. Now, because you have signed up for the self-paced course, there is no breakout group here for you to review these things. However, I will have a pitch worksheet for you to follow. I will download that for you to follow, okay? Scripture, Luke 14:28. For which of you intending to build a tower, sit down now first and count the cost, whether you have sufficient to finish it. Have you counted up the cost of what it's going to take for you to be a coach? Proverbs 29:18. Where there is no vision, the people perish. Your vision is imperative. Write out your vision and your mission and make it plain. Your mission and your vision should be why you are doing what you're doing. Your mission should be the now, what you're going to do with the client. Your vision should be what? The great thing that you're going to need, and it's going to take someone else to help you do it. For example, the vision of Elevate Coaching and Leadership Academy is to create a network of faith-based coaches that will create a well-being community for others in the world. Our mission is to help coaches and leaders become effective and elevate in their God-given call to help their client gain clarity, create sustainability, and take up their bed and walk. So now, again, your downloads are your code of ethics. I will also have a download for you of your pitch. It's for you to draft out your pitch. Someone comes to me and they say, hey, what do you do? I'm the CEO and founder of Elevate Coaching and Leadership Academy, grooming faith-based coaches and leaders to help their client elevate in their God-given call and purpose through creating clarity, maintaining sustainability, and taking up their bed and walk. So that's just telling someone that I have a coaching and leadership academy. I am grooming other coaches to help their client be clear, create sustainability, and take up their bed and walk. Your pitch should be just that short, sweet, and to the point. All right. The rest is for you to read. Let's review quickly. What are coaching ethics, rules, and standards that are agreed upon and appropriate in the relationship between you and your client? What is needed in your signed agreement with you and your client and coach responsibilities, HIPAA compliance, and what is offered in the coaching subscription. What is vital in the coach-client relationship? Listening to understand, trust, no judgment, goal setting, and allowing the client to share their desire for their life. What is important in establishing your coach agreement? Understanding and discussing the guidelines and specific parameters of the coaching relationship. So here we go. As your coach, you can expect me to be timely with your appointments, me to provide tools and resources to help you reach your goal, me to ask open-ended questions, me to follow the coaching standards and ethics through the Certified Coaches Alliance. What I expect from you as the client, to be timely on your appointments. If you need to cancel, cancel within 24 hours. To be truthful in every session, to state your desires. What do you expect for them and what should they expect from you? That should be a part of your client agreement. I will also provide an example of that for you as well, for you to download. What should every coach have? A relationship with God and a level of discernment. You cannot do this without God. You are a kingdom coach. If you not have a level of discernment, it's time for you to start asking for a deeper level of discernment. What do you need to remember as a coach? Stay within your boundaries and your scope of practice. Everybody is not your client. All right. Good luck with the rest of this module and your quiz.